Faze is having a field day. He said, Naf, you're coming to Europe too? Let me remind you who's boss. So with the spots in the Royal Arena on the line, we've got Liquid and Faze, and we've got Overpass up first. A lot of talk on the analyst desk about flexing map pool over Liquid, but regardless of map, Naf's USP is going to be shooting straight. 2 headshots from him, fast move around A long. I like the fact that Liquid had that contingency plan in place, but it's also a great chance for Faze to follow forward into the site and at the very least take a bomb plant. Kerrigan will have to give Rops cover. Oh. And if Kerrigan can kill this rotator...
that smoke.
Oh. Thought he had it, but things get cheesy, and it's Liquid with the CT pistol.
I'd like to see a replay of that with X-ray off because the smoke is going a bit deep, clearly offering Kerrigan up an angle, but he doesn't see anybody on the stairs. It was hard to tell from our perspective if you could make out a silhouette or not, but either way, the bomb plant could be the win for sure. The CT setup from Liquid is great here. The double push on long, they're so fast on it too. On top of the NAF 2K, you think, oh, okay. Okay, so from Kerrigan's, well, from Rainwaker's perspective, obviously, you know, that's not a one-way at all.
No.
Maybe for him.
Just thinking, okay, easy kill,
this,
carry on.
The Patsy NAF romance is blossoming.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, it's great.
Very quickly indeed. Love that.
You know, I'm a bit sad that Liquid, of course, is not North American anymore, but they did get carried by the Americans, North Americans, in their last games. NAFIS have been having a fantastic group so far, and OC looks so much better.
Which is wild, because I feel like we've seen that flash out of OC, you know, particularly in playoffs, right? We always say, well, put them on a stage, but to come out swinging into groups, all right. A welcome sight if you're cheering for Team Liquid. It's something we'll see if it can continue. Then there's also Rainwaker, who I think is just, you know, in the right way, not making waves, not dying early, staying in his bomb sites while the execs happen. He's hard to kill.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Liquid needs. Somebody who's just not going to die. It's been a low-key inclusion. We get the walk up from bathrooms. We get 2 players dinked and 1 dead already. This is not a comfortable spot if you're Liquid. FaZe have got great guns. They've got a couple pieces of util as they all get closer to that A site, and there's nobody that can really stop this. You're hoping maybe the connector players pop up, but that Mag 7 to shoot at the backside of FaZe who are already inside your A site, this is done.
Yeah. I'll have to call this one a day. All right. Well, I mean, that's very low friction here from FaZe. For Rainwaker joining this team, I had literally no opinion on him at all. And I spent a lot of media day asking the different players and teams that I talked to about, you know, their experience with versus him, or did they know about him? And nobody knew. Nobody knew about him. Of course, except for Yakinder and Patsy. And that makes perfect sense. But I think, of course, a lot of his pickup can be attributed to Daps. He's got a great track record with finding talent. There's always somebody taking risks in that direction. I think that I watched just some of his 500 games, and like he looks like a solid player, made sensible moves all the time. I think we're getting the same guy that is reflected in his stats from his previous lineup.
Yes,
but in tier 1 now with Liquid. So that's just a perfect sign. That actually kind of says that he's playing better now, even on Liquid, which means he's rising to the occasion, which is great to see. Liquid as a whole, of course, the question is, you know, is this where they start and then they keep getting better, or who's going to be on a honeymoon in groups? That's a big question as well. And some people scoff at honeymoons, but ultimately it's better to have one than to not have one. There are a couple of examples of teams or players that have not had honeymoons that have done great. Yabby, for example, starting off at Cologne last year, terrible, into getting better and better, and now is a solid member of Heroic, and it feels like he's been there since the beginning. Another is Bit, played on Na'Vi. That was not a great start at all. And he eventually got there, but I think those 2 are actually the outliers. I mean, most of the time, you get like a Spinks, you know, joins Vitality, things start off well, drops off after that. But you still are actually happy that you have a honeymoon in the first place. Says that you have some chemistry together. There's something that makes sense. And the mood on Liquid has been solid.
Of course, if you still don't know enough about Rainwaker, if you want to learn more, I suggest scrolling down the HLTV thread a little bit, finding an article titled "Who is Rainwaker and Why Did Liquid Want Him?" written by King Demps. And it's a discussion of Daps, who is obviously the guy who scouted him for Team Liquid, but then I think more notably is Dennis Law, the in-game leader of 500, his previous team, and it's just kind of the perspective of the man who just lost his teammate, and of course the coach who just gained a new piece.
And he was so happy for him.
Of course, yeah. A lot of praise. Said that he deserved this, that he's going to step up into it, and it's really cool that like you just mentioned, everything that was said about him in the past has applied to the small sample that we've gotten out of Liquid so far. So again, it's a low-key inclusion. Didn't have anybody, up in arms. It was just more of a, what? Who? And it's working. So a good example of it doesn't always have to be the big name signing either. If you could just find what you're looking for and what you need, we'll keep our eyes on him as we continue to learn about this European Team Liquid. Rob's just outside of the site. Rain making sure to keep an eye on his back. You never know when that flank's coming out, but it's not the case. It's OC passive long. Another player bathrooms, and still majority down on B. Minute mark. Faze playing all of this map.
Brokey and OC both on scouts. Here as the re-smoke comes down. Intention from Faze is to hit the B site. This is a very solid setup from Liquid to stop this kind of attack. And they're still outside bathrooms with Patsy. Keen eyes open. This will be very difficult for Faze.
Oof. Full blind.
Oh, those flashes were fantastic.
Nicely done there. Good support from Rops to get Kerrigan in with the entry. Kerrigan double kill. We take those. Woo. If you're Faze and Kerrigan's going to start off strong, you absolutely take it.
That was with sort of Liquid letting them know we're going to double down on keeping tabs on Monster. We've got one right side Monster. We've got 3 in the B site playing the pillar. We are ready for you to come B. We have Patsy outside bathrooms. We almost are certain that it's not the A site. The only thing that was missing to show that they knew for sure was the OC rotation on A. Didn't go down to heaven to help out, but look at the kills. There's actually none. It's just all Faze on the entry. So that was fearsome as hell. And honestly, it's the 2 flashbangs to make sure Rainwaker can't even shoot back.
Yeah.
That make the difference.
And he didn't have anybody on barrels or anybody on pillar, so it's not like there was any reason not to check that corner. He's full white, hoping he goes clear, but Faze not going to skip protocols.
The other thing was the other conversation about Liquid. The illuminating quote that I had talking to Yakinder was I said, what do you think about this? Because I've always felt that OC could be taking more opening attempts. Like, that was the #1 stat for me that was jumping off the page. That OC is this player that I feel like was just doing so much more before he joined Liquid. Joining Liquid, you can see he's good. He knows his nades. He hits hard shots. He's pretty good in a clutch, that kind of thing. But his opening attempts, just not there. And he said, I've got to take some responsibility for that. I wanted OC to be more like James. And I was like, what? So it was actually, I thought it was something that, Nitro wanted, or something from the original lineup or whatever before Yakinder joined that sort of had him playing like that. But apparently it was Yakinder had this idea for the team, and for the Opper, Liquid without Yakinder never really played with a big Opper since Simple back in the day. And then since Yakinder joined, the best Opper Yakinder's played with is James. So they tried to model their new op star after a guy who doesn't really fit his playstyle, And so far at the groups, he's not being used like that. He's got I haven't checked the stats on his openings, but he has been getting a lot more in these matches in the way of frags. So definitely like the direction of Liquid from that perspective as well.
It's also really hard to mold somebody into a James. I feel like you just got to naturally have that.
Yeah, that's like teaching someone how to be Usain Bolt, but
right.
Like the opposite.
Making OC walk backwards. And then still telling him to keep up.
Yeah.
He's definitely looked more explosive and a little more active. And I think if you are cheering from North America, it's a welcome sight. Curious, of course, with the remodeling of Liquid, the inclusion of Patsy and Rainwaker. During that was probably the best chance to speak up if you were OC or anybody else who wanted to see OC play more actively and say, listen, we're going to go down this road, but this change is also going to happen. They all kind of coincided. Just the aggression in general from Liquid has been a strong uptick. And I don't think that surprises anybody when you have Patsy and Yakinder on your team.
Yeah, and let's say that's... So I think Patsy's overall opening attempts is about 5% higher than Alicia's were in the last few years. So if you take that in, they're going to be more aggressive on the Patsy Alicia front. Then they already have Yakinder, who is Omega aggressive, and now they get OC, who maybe they're going to use a little bit more aggressively. We got a much more aggressive overall Liquid.
Oh. Looking pretty defensive as they sit inside of A. Nothing there. It's just the USPs. Easy one on bathrooms. Easy two in sight. Phase 3-1. Understandable, I think, that Faze tried to take it to Overpass. Looking to flex the map pool advantage, as I said, was something that the analysts had a lot to say about. And I think it's very fair. You know, if you are one of the 3 teams at this event, basically, that didn't make changes, tap into that. And,
yeah, for sure. The big surprise was, you know, Nip not being super prepared on Overpass and then winning it over Vitality. But up until that moment, great place to go for them. Made so much sense. And in their last veto with Faze and Liquid, they didn't have an Overpass. Faze did take they took Liquid's map pick on Inferno and then lost out from there, actually. Who's the first one to say Rain Wake Walker in this cast?
Between you and I?
Yeah.
Because we haven't done it yet. No, I'm going to bet on myself. And as in...
You're going to be the first one to say
No. No. I'm going to believe in myself.
Okay.
You say it wrong first.
Okay.
Five-man setup outside B. This is already a teammate to help Rainwaker forward, but again, the flashes are good.
Yeah, and the rotate wasn't there just yet, so...
Oof.
That's Rops with the kills this time. This last time, he was the one throwing flashes for the entry. That's a round resigned here for Team Liquid. Faze will lock this up quickly. Yeah, these are very nice-looking execs they've got going on.
Yeah, that's 2 gun rounds. Faze with top-tier flashbangs outside Monster. Double entry, no resistance, and this time the rotator's not even near, so...
Yeah.
Faze are having a field day in the first 5.
And I'm not sure if if Monster was still smoked or if they didn't chain the smoke at that moment and Faze went through it. But they, as much as that setup is solid for stopping Monster, they didn't have anyone else in the site to support, draw attention, or whatever. And I think Yakinder was about to make that move. So Faze found a really nice timing to get in and punish, whether they realized it or not.
Minimize some of the costs with the save here. Nobody getting too crazy on Faze either. Just racking up rounds, doing the work. Ninjas in pajamas, heroic, and one of these 2 teams will lock in a spot at Fall Finals. And when we look at, you know, the big LAN events that are left this year, that one's going to be substantial. Obviously, we have Cologne around the corner.
No, it's a massive...
The Cathedral beckons.
No, the history for the Fall Final is just starting to grow. You know what I mean? Like, it's... This last Fall Final was the best of all the ones we had, I think, since 2018.
Yes.
And it's really shaping up.
Because we'll have Cologne, Blast Fall Finals, Blast World Finals, and then I believe Melbourne. And those are the big 4 stadium events of the year that are left.
It's pronounced Melbourne, okay?
Melbourne.
Is that where it's at? It's not I am Sydney?
Maybe it's Sydney, maybe it's Melbourne. Maybe it's Perth.
Perth?
I'm just naming the Australian
if it's
cities.
Perth, I think Sponge got a host.
Bring back the caches. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, see ya.
That's meaty.
Oh, it's 95 damage. Okay.
95.
OC doesn't even flinch, man.
No.
Cool as a cucumber.
Doesn't even blink.
Kinder sitting in the pipe, decides to take a quick peek, traded by Twists, who we sit here and expect to stay sharp.
And we've got OC going slightly mobile. We've got top bathrooms control here. Rain's going to get involved. Whoa! The pre-fire out of Patsy in the shadow works out beautifully into the fallback. No smoke needed. He's here to fight, but the trade comes down. 2v3. Naf and Rainwaker are on pistols. So that's one thing. And we see from the X's on the map, the guns are sort of hard to recover. If Faze move in time, this could still be very difficult for Liquid, despite the player advantage. You know, OC could have a heavy hand in this round, but he's not on the B side right now.
It's just Rainwaker on his own. P250 in hand. Faze are gonna play the buddy system. Oh. Missed a chance to see some skin. Curious if he commits to it. He's confirmed it. It's the bomb obviously right there with him. He goes for the immediate push up into the water, looking for OC's gun. Grabs the AK, peeks. Oh, and the timing just catches Kerrigan. Twist.
Oh.
Rainwaker goes around the world through the waterways and just catches them off with timing.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice way to both get a gun and pull off the flank at the same time. Could have been a plan that they had concocted as they sat and waited. But of course, him with a P250. He's not going to have too much confidence just swinging right away. So good idea to get fortified before the attack. And Liquid picked this up off of, you know, they didn't even get an op kill, right? Just had that op available. I'm not even sure if they shot it in this round. OC will carry that forward. Brokey looking for some action down in con. Now, Twist does not forget about the corner usually. I would... Oh, wow.
But he didn't get there. But good trade, Brokey. Just waiting back. Patsy getting a little excited. Steps into the scope, and OC's isn't far either. Sure enough, Rain takes his peek and gives man advantage back to Liquid.
Yeah, this makes the map so much more dominant for the CT side. We see the freedom of rotation now come out as Kinder comes out towards long. OC can sit behind him, and they can sort of retire in their spots. They've got great places that they've gotten off to. Good awareness from OC, and that's maybe the final real chance to make this a scary round in favor of Faze.
Couple kills gifted to the Oppers this round. Everybody just stepping into this crosshair.
Like, got lots of good utility here. Yakinder will maybe be a fight for them, but of course, he's got an advantage in this position.
Decides not to tuck in. Sees the shadow. Easy advantage there, plus the bomb confirmed. And Rops, unfortunately, 43 HP and barely any time to just play this out.
Swing's coming.
Yeah, he'll just wait for it.
Oh.
There we go.
Whoa. Checking behind him.
Yeah, Rops had some nasty taps. What was that? That 1v2 versus G2 on B-site nuke?
Yeah.
Oh, to finish the map. You know, as much as I kind of started this series by wanting to praise Twist for the last couple of matches, again, we can't ignore the last few months, it has been Rops as the king of Faze.
For sure.
And I feel like his mechanics just don't fall off.
No, they don't. Yeah.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. And he actually has so much more to give. Like, a lot of people don't know about Rops in KZ and his history playing since 1.6. He used to get called a cheater in KZ. And then got called a cheater by pros in CSGO.
That's when you know you're really good.
And yet, he's like, he's got the role that uses the movement the least. But you can see how good his peaks are.
Yeah, but he still can't make that Mirage jump, Inferno jump.
No, he did it. He did it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did.
He got there in the end?
Yeah.
I just saw him going crazy.
And that's like, I actually haven't tried it yet, but I just know that's like virtually impossible for me. Like, that would take me so long.
For a mere mortal. Alright, well then well done, Rops. You never cease to impress. Patsy behind the smoke. 2 players other side. Twist clearing out connector as well. We'll see if any protocols get skipped here by Faze. Nah, they're going to make sure they do it properly, everybody included. It's a good round because both teams still have money in their back pockets. Ooh, didn't see the shadow in time. Ooh. Naf doesn't react. Killed by his fellow
the molly.
Canadian. Rainwaker, bad nade. Almost recovers with the second kill, but Rain, that 3 HP makes a difference, and Yakinder gets blasted out of heaven. Ooh.
I have never seen clipping work like that on the pillar, on the site. Bounce right back at him.
Yeah, I just caught the rebar inside the pillar.
Ricochet off to the side or anything. So, I mean, credit to him for almost bringing that back. 3 HP on Rain, and if he got that kill, of course, just 1 frame sooner than his teammate stays alive, actually, and they might have a chance to hold on. But Faze dominating here when it comes to B attacks overall.
Flexing this T-side overpass out of the gate. Again, important saves here. Patsy goes down. OC hanging on to the op. You'll have to buy a couple. Naf just not fast enough on the snap when the push came out from connector. They climbed right over him, ran right through him. And again, unlucky Rainwaker. Then, of course, because of that Molotov, the way it fell, he has to take the left side of pillar, and we just see how exposed he is to Rops running out monster with nobody on that side. Obviously, Rainwaker wants to be on the other end.
He had no better decision. He just had to fight right there and nearly made it happen. So,
total recovery attempt and a decent effort. OC goes for a fast pick down Con.
Now, this is interesting. So again, Twist, one of the most careful player when it comes to the approach on Con, but we saw last time he actually got caught off. This time, OC made presence early, so do they forget that a rifler could be stuck in here? We'll see about Twist and his actions. Now, the volley's perfect, and they'll just send him back. Didn't want to waste it last time. It's actually a good response, Nate, and wow, through the end of the molly. Good play attempt from Patsy, but doesn't pay off.
And Patsy doesn't realize how close he was to stepping into Rops' crosshair.
True.
Rops almost gets caught chasing him, looking for that connector contact. He will go back at it. Twist's able to trade it. And of course, don't forget, Rops already got a kill short B. Kerrigan comes out. Good kill.
Oh,
nice double.
That's a better Kerrigan.
Excellent start to the day. 8-3 is Kerrigan. Multiple monster multi-kills. Immense openings from Kerrigan for Faze into B. 6-3 T-side start.
Yeah, and I mean this with all due respect, but they virtually beat G2 without him at all the other day. So if he's playing well now, then and that just speaks to how well the other 4 were doing. Honestly, Faze were frying in that match. So this game being close in the first half does not bode well for Liquid. They have the CT side that they need to make sure they capitalize on.
Good for Kerrigan, putting forward a strong individual showing. Feel like everybody kind of cheers for Kerrigan in that regard.
Of course.
It's tough. You know, I can't imagine the pressure. And I feel like when we've seen the shortcomings of Faze off his individual level, man, we saw a very emotional Kerrigan at a couple of events where Faze get eliminated early because he's putting so much responsibility and blame on himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, we know you're contributing in calls and tactics and leadership. We know that Faze couldn't really do it without you. Every player on Faze with him would say that.
Yeah.
He is integral. But
shout out to IGLs. They need like a day of the year. You know what I mean?
yeah, okay. International IGL Appreciation Day.
Yeah, they do. They do the most work. If you're doing more work than your IGL is a bum.
What do you think's the best gift you could buy your in-game leader?
A massage.
A massage.
A massage.
A massage gun or like a deep tissue experience? I was thinking like maybe like a nice notepad. You know, maybe I feel like Kerrigan would appreciate a fancy pen.
Yeah.
You know,
a calligraphy class.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Writing cursive so your teammates can't understand any of the notes they give them.
Gift your IGL.
Yeah.
You know? All right, here's OC's same pick. Sitting on the nade. Doesn't know they crossed. Oh, off to the right so quickly. Kerrigan.
Fast, man.
Right by his
Headshot.
guys, yeah. And it's a solid shot. I mean, I think it was free no matter what with OC not that prepared, but... Now, sometimes we see Kerrigan and Con. You'll see a fast split towards the A site. Here, they're actually grouped up outside of Monster, but, you know, you can never be too obvious. And so, Liquid hesitant at the moment. They're not hearing anything towards long. They've lost vision at bathrooms, but at the moment, of course, they don't have guns to stop this. No matter where it goes. At least they have 3 people in this site. Oh, and the smoke lands on him.
Makes it a little weird, but
Kerrigan keeps going.
picking up all the slack he has to. Shouldn't be scared, just pistols.
And as long as Kerrigan stays here, no rotations back into the site, that's another one shut off. A flank's coming in.
Yeah, Patsy looking for twists back.
Oh.
Missed his chance. Now twists on high alert. We'll make sure that he shuts down Patsy. Bomb planted up on the A site.
I think he made a fast step, so he felt like he had to shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, little did he realize. I don't think, you know, I didn't see Twist reacting to that singular footstep, so he did have an extra second, but so be it.
Well, day saved here from Kerrigan, 11 and 4 already. And you could call them eco kills, but I don't think if you didn't get them, it's very possible they lose.
Yeah, I mean, couple eco kills, sure, but that nice headshot on OC down in connector last round. 2 multi-kill entry frags versus gun rounds inside of it. You know.
That's one thing that's hard to discern about stats. I mean, we all agree eco kills shouldn't be weighted as much as rifle kills, but it's so hard to say how by how much because you see a round like this and like they're just imperative eco kills. Or it's like goes back to that Fur quote and he's like, if I don't get the eco kills, we're gonna lose. So, Phase 7 and 3 full rifle by both ways. It's been a very interesting game.
At a game where I feel like I've said Kerrigan's name more than I expected to. This T-side showing no signs of slowing down, and Liquid spotted on the fallback.
Yeah,
not to mention, there's a gap here for OC, who's now heard running away.
Are you watching Divider?
Oh, Kerrigan. I don't think he noticed Patsy in the gap of bathrooms.
Rotation, yeah.
But at least, you know, the recovery there is he does catch OC running all the way back to the bomb site. So,
but you can take speed now. Rain knows there's no op on the site, so he decides to cross early. This is something you can put into position, you know, just sort of get your rook on the file early before you even make a decision. It's just a nice piece of map control to have in your back pocket. So we'll see if Faze have an idea right now, but at the moment we see bombs still back in spawn, and there's still plenty of time to go and grab it. Anything is possible still.
Yeah, you can just lean on Brokey.
Oh my goodness gracious, but the scope flicker is one thing. They've got someone inside of bathrooms listening.
Kinder jumping around, spotted.
I think they're scaring them so much on A here, but the
pulls up
fast
half.
play into the B site. Oh my God, Rob, slow down.
Yeah, I mean, so fast. Rainwaker, ready for the second. Brokey also just jumping around corners. Obviously, Rob sees the guy graffiti, not this one.
I think there's a miscomm here. They thought there was a third rotation, but there wasn't. Wow, that was a very easy site hold, but still nicely done from Rainwaker.
Ooh, that was close.
Would it? Oh,
hold on.
There's more than one rain.
He's gonna have to run in, grab bomb monster. Time ticking. No.
But now it's scary for him though. He's saving in their sight.
But still, rack up a cost. You know, Naf is fully exposed. Naf's gonna die here. And Rain gets to hang on. So yes, it gets weird,
but it also gets expensive.
There you go.
So, again, I think there's a slight miscomm here. First of all, this is a very interesting rotation from Patsy. I can understand why Kerrigan doesn't expect him to be there, seeing the op in bathrooms in front of him, so he's sort of holding a redundant angle, but it's because the future plan was to have OC go back after he maybe took one more peek or something on the inside of bathrooms. And then after that, I'm not sure what the information was that had them there. Maybe Rain seeing someone jump bank and seeing that they were probably scared on A a little bit, but...
Ooh, like this.
Rob's trying to be careful about that, but it didn't work.
Rainwaker supports Yakinder on the monster hit. 5v4.
I gotta say,
by Liquid.
There's something I love about that play versus phasing the smoke on monster. You know, waiting while someone is holding the angle, waiting for that smoke to come up. Instead, while the smoke is still there, hoping that it's a default with Rops solo outside B, which is most of the rounds, and then just trying to capitalize on that moment. They come into this round with not so ideal guns because of the kills that Rain gets.
Yeah.
And now they're back in the power position, even though they're on low grenades.
Now they have left B as Rainwaker's sole responsibility. He's going to be all the way deep in graffiti. So conceding the B site, allowing for Faze to come through with an exec and a bomb plant, and understanding that this has all been forfeited. You made this bed, now you must lie in it. But is it a bed or is it a coffin? Bomb plant from Brokey. No forward push. At least Rainwaker's held off this angle. So assuming he doesn't lose the first duel when Twists comes out. But Twist has gotten down beneath it. He's done a good job of getting a little bit more. That push forward makes his position comfortable. Kerrigan on a very important flank. 2 CTs, neither looking, and he's going to cut off one half of this retake. Man advantage goes the way of Faze. They're holding on. And Yakinder's an attempt with the double kill to try and push this. Time's ticking quick. No kit, and Rainwaker, nothing. They're not going to show themselves until they strike him down to survive, and Faze with an 8th.
And Kerrigan's lucid right now. He's making good moves, fast rotations. He clears out monsters. They can all focus on CT. He wraps around, kills the guy who's on short too. That's covering 2 spots with a kill. Probably would have got both anyways. And overall, also, it's his call to come back to Monster after we saw a double push from Liquid in the beginning of the round to take Rops out early. You know, that's a fast idea that they had to get into execution to find a site that was open. It's the second time that they found, you know, sort of a favorable B site. The other time was that when they had 2 right side monster, but not a third person in the site to support. And Kerrigan made a fast call to say, okay, we hit B now.
Ooh, Kerrigan already making it over. Oh, Yakinder's going to catch Brokey off. He has an inkling that Kerrigan's close bathrooms. But Kerrigan wins the duel. Double again! Again! Kerrigan 15 and 6.
He is really Batman today.
Twists, instant deletion of Patsy, the last piece inside of Connector. Bomb comfortable back on spawn. Double monster push from Liquid nets them nothing other than empty space. Meanwhile, Rain has taken the A site. Kerrigan is dominating the bathrooms.
He really is.
And we are going to have Faze knocking on the door of a 9th.
Well, yeah. You know, such a huge contrast to the Kerrigan that we've been seeing. So a wonderful welcome sight. It's looking like Kerrigan's big day. He's calling now as well as he's playing as an individual. He's the best rifle on the server, straight up. Owning here, T-side overpass.
Kerrigan is currently, coming into this best of 3, the 5th lowest rated player at this event.
Who's lower?
Nexa, Walco, Prosis, Hooksy, Kerrigan. This is an outlier at the Blast Fall groups.
Yeah, and you don't need Kerrigan doing this to win, but I don't think anyone's complaining on Faze.
And then there's that like age-old conversation where when your in-game leader is playing like this, you know he's in flow state, you know his calls are strong, you know his individual. It's like, for sure that's a buff for Kerrigan.
Oh, for him as a caller too?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody knows when you're playing well, you call better too. Like, you're just happier.
Yeah.
You're not dying in stupid ways. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, he drank enough water today. Everything's just going right in the zone. Let's see if Yakinder can take him out of the zone. Rifled from the top steps. Ooh. There's a first kill.
Damn, kind of got stuck between the two. Still gets his headshot. Brokey loses his angle, but the pistol, thanks to the nade and Twist's initial damage, clears him out. So that landmine in Connector dealt with. Rops feeling like he's got room to wiggle, and he's not wrong. Frag just can't bounce far enough. Second pistol player's dead. So he's unraveling the little that Liquid still have to work with. Everybody's starting to have a field day.
Yeah, Rain will get that one. And the last player remaining was one that Rob spotted. And now Robs will finish that player off as well. 10-4 as we near the end of the half. One last chance for Liquid to sort of get into the game. This is tough. We're looking at a few rounds now that, like, if Kerrigan didn't get his 2K, his 3K, Liquid would probably be winning it. So, yeah. Rainwaker's been doing a formidable job on the B side at least, but outside of that, Okay, another opening from OC. That's nice. And good to see again, just more aggressive starts.
Of course, we've been waiting to see if Naf can put up numbers because he's got 2 kills on this half.
Yeah.
And he's been the best player on Liquid in their previous outings. Saved them on that Vertigo map,
Oh, man.
right? Vintage. Kerrigan's going to hear the fallback of OC. But OC, fast fingers, clips Kerrigan. And it will be Liquid 5v3 and looking for their 5th round. Feels like we're at the bare bones minimum here for Liquid, but 5's better than 4. Nobody can argue this. 3 players stack outside of Monster. If you've got anything left in the half phase, feels like it's going to be the B site. Roki's going back to spawn to get an additional flashbang. Every piece of util they can get, but that little bit of timing does allow Patsy to get ever closer to the flank. And Rainwaker's MP9 awaits them with support. So this could very well just come down to a crunch on phase. Patsy, look at this. Freebie on the bomb. So things get real dire here, and it turns out Liquid will indeed add this 5th. Pressure on all fronts, and it gets closed with 5 at a minimum, but still.
Would be able to stand the test here on T side. But they've got no choice but to try. Let's see if they can make something happen.
Unfortunately, it's shortcomings from Nafly, but, you know, something to praise Rainwaker. He was putting in numbers when he could. B-side didn't always look easy. Rops tapping him away with that USP.
Wow, I just realized that all of Nafly's kills are on pistol rounds.
Ooh. Bleak.
The 2K and Topicon in
now
the
that you
first
mention
round.
it.
Yeah.
2 kills in the first round of the half. Nothing after that.
Some say the most important kills, by the way. So we'll give them that. Besides clutch kills.
Maybe if it was a 16-14.
True. It still could be.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I like the way you think. Roki's going to extend out into Patsy. Take that fight. Man advantage for FaZe. As if they didn't already have enough advantages on Overpass. Taking this pistol after robbing away the momentum from Liquid's CT pistol. It's all just painting a very bleak picture of Liquid this evening, at least on our first map.
On the first map. Yeah, like, actually, the last time they played, FaZe won Liquid's pick, and then they came back and won the next 2 maps. So, Liquid can easily give away FaZe's pick. That was no problem last time.
Kinder. Oh, nope. Oh, wow. Nope.
And Brokey really didn't have to do much in that first half, you know, because he's normally playing in the back. Everyone else is fragging. Their entries are going so well. But he's got some levels too. That was nuts.
I feel like Brokey's the kind of player who's just actually not bothered if he wins a map and doesn't get any kills.
Yeah, no.
Even despite having, you know, these glorious highlights and one of the most explosive ops in all of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, he's CSGO's most enigmatic for sure.
He's also just kind of okay with being mid.
Right, who gets to eat up the ecos?
Rops and twists. MP9's on short, bomb drop, 3 kills, done. And 12-5. Rain wants in on the action. Very humble in his pregame interview, Rain, saying, yeah, it's always easy when you've got 3 young kids who just come in and frag. And James said, Rain, come on, man. You're one of these guys that goes big. You know, you do heavy lifting.
No,
he
he's
said,
super important. I mean,
yeah, I'm good at dying. Come
yeah,
on, Rain.
he is an entry, so, but yeah, like literally.
Antwerp Major MVP has been here since the dawn of FaZe Clan.
They rest on such fine margins because Rain and Kerrigan take all the opening duels. Like, it's not 3 out of 5 taking opening. It's literally just those 2. So, yeah, he can say that because he has to die a lot as an entry, but his kills are very important. So, it's worked for FaZe for a very long time, but he should give himself more credit for sure. Absolutely. So much responsibility.
And he's quietly racked up a 13-5 map so far as well. Although he's lost some of his entry fragging because Kerrigan's doing it. And doing it well, need I add.
No, I insist. Wow, they came into the last round, I think, with 3 MP9s and got 5 kills with them. And now they keep them.
It's a lot of guap in the back pocket.
Mac value.
Cash money. Skrilla, as a wise man once said. Twist and Rop sitting inside of the short water, which they farmed last round for ecos. Now there was no presence, and there isn't anything outside Monster either, so they're going to get an early warning if/when NAF does decide to come this direction. But then there's the whole challenge of holding this off with SMGs. Twists will post one, even while he was getting spammed through the wall of connector. NAF's going to try to chase him. Love this reposition out of Twist.
Every nade calls out an attack from Liquid.
Dude, headhunting behind the wood, just sat back, completely
They're going to
red
commit
NAF.
to A, though. Yakinder's in the sight, but oh, now Yakinder goes down.
Brokey's got the angle. OC's probably the next victim. He's going to try to clear it and follow through. It's him and Patsy in a 2v1 on the bomb site for now. Very quickly, Kerrigan runs up to the dumpster. Brokey's patient in the corner. Clears one. OC, can he do it all? He's taking Kerrigan off, but that fast flank's got him dead to rights.
Man, every single player from Liquid had a Faze player on him. That was perfect cover. All the util usage. I think the key part is just that smoke that lands in the door into the first kill, and then momentum from there. They throw the smoke down, Twist gets a kill, he picks up the AK, he goes to short, they molly short, NAF runs into it. Every single player is playing from behind on Liquid from that first moment. And he turns into the full flank. Great round out of Twist. But honestly, that was a team effort.
Oof. Feels like Liquid gonna have to take a walk outside in between maps and just remind themselves, map by map, boys. Find reassurance in knowing Faze are no chumps on Overpass.
I think one of the big benefits of being a new team is just, being less hard on yourself for losing. Like,
Sure.
you haven't seen yourself just be a losing team yet or something like that. So you've got more energy to, like, make comebacks happen, to give it your best shot. You're just happy to make progress. So I'm sure they won't be phased. All right.
Oh, they're getting phased all right. Done. Rops 2 kills to clean it. Kerrigan got an added bonus as he spammed through smoke, but this one couldn't be easier.
Yeah. Has anyone ever done a glasses analysis for how many players have glasses on a team versus how much they win?
Oh, you mean back when we used to do like the muscles?
Yes.
What was it? You needed like a ratio of
Like skinny guys, big guys,
skin
muscle
big
guys.
bald guys,
Yeah.
hair gelled guys, glasses. I don't know if we've calculated that.
It all worked
variable.
out in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never talked about glasses. I think the 2 new criteria could be glasses and children.
Children,
We're getting there too.
Wow,
yeah.
we're getting older. We're all, as a community,
Yeah.
glasses and children.
I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but this is the last chance.
Eventually, we'll be at a point where it's like how many players are living in assisted living facilities.
Yeah. Like, how good's the internet in there?
Yeah, when do boot camps take place at the retirement home? MP9 up close, Rops. Sorry, Yakinder, you're getting nothing on this half. And his individual level on certain maps so far at this group stage has fallen off. He said that that's what he was going to expect, taking on the responsibility of the in-game leadership. But it's been apparent. Luckily, he's still got NAF to look down on for now. OC missed chance inside the B site, looking to reclaim something somewhere. Anyhow, anywho. Patsy gets the headshot up on A site, but Kerrigan gets aggressive with the answer.
That push for Kerrigan is everything. Like, that allows them to make a rotation a little bit more easily. They know that Patsy's probably going to take space on long.
Bomb spawn, though.
Oh, they missed it. Oh, Brokey misses the shot. Patsy now in a position to put things down, but they've got Rain in between all of this.
It's a lifeline. Rain's hanging on for dear life. Rain Waker gets the better of him. Patsy was going to come help if he had to. Kerrigan's looking to just get out through smoke.
How
Boils
poetic
down
would it
to
be if it was
timing.
Kerrigan? Oh!
Covered. Nicely done from Patsy here, and he had to buy a lot of time because bomb hadn't been picked back up, because bathrooms hadn't been cleared out and was indeed occupied. So Liquid finagling a 6th.
Absolutely. It's sort of like you're just like, you can't just sit on a site and wait as if it's a turn-based game. You have to be active even when you're waiting for a rotation. And like you said, he's got to figure out when to use his nades, what to watch, care for rotations. And even though he's relatively safe, he has to make sure he's building a connection for his team to give them good communication so they can come in safely. And they do a good job of locking down the 2 rotation points while also isolating Rain inside of bathrooms. And they approach him perfectly. It's Rain who's overstressed, looking in either direction. Patsy is the king of this round with 3 frags. And Liquid on their last chance to get back into this game survive. It would have been broke going into map point. And after Kerrigan made his push off short and saw they were going A, I thought, okay, this is actually over.
Nothing too crazy from Rain, but he is extended past party right now. Brokey just hasn't been given much to shoot at, but he has had some frags throughout this second half already. Leaning into the strength of the CT op on Overpass.
Wow. The timing narrowly missed.
Rainwaker's going to try to follow up.
He doesn't have any support above him just yet. Yakinder is starting to move into positions that maybe he can get a flash.
Patsy's ahead of the smoke. This could be big. Flashes come over, but Twists turns. Kerrigan's going to drop a smoke preemptively in case there's a follow-through, but right now, Liquid just going back for short control at least. And this opens a door for Rain to start challenging in connector. Nobody's watching. Rainwaker has pushed out through the door.
They're getting ready to stop B already, and, well, that push will scare Liquid, but at least they don't die.
Faze crawl out.
Oh my God,
Kerrigan taking it into his own hands. On the brink of being 20-9. Short control, though, taken back. They never saw Twists, now they have. And he's just going to be a thorn in their side on this bomb site. Still, Brokey looks up. Yakinder burns him out.
No smoke from heaven. They can plant on the opposite side of the pillar, but technically, oh, they smoke short off.
Oh, dude, this is going to give Brokey the angle for the rest of this round.
Yeah, they've got
and a
one
boost
back
over the sandbags. They don't know there's 2 players here.
The op goes lower. They get the plant off.
Oof, Yakinder puts it down in the right spot, sees the player on top, deals with Rops, and takes man advantage. It was stressed, but Liquid have managed 3v2 in the post plant. Kerrigan and Twist's best efforts.
Wow, they're
not
actually
enough to stop Liquid yet.
Oh my God, that's, I mean, from our perspective with no smoke in heaven, of course, op could have just stopped the plant. He had both sites covered. They used their 1 smoke on short, but I think there was a legitimate fear there for Brokey. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. With the amount that he couldn't see on the site, there was a chance that someone would push that CT spawn.
Yep.
And that would have been a silly way to die. And if they thought they're going to leave the heaven smoke open, he's probably worried about that. But, you know, truth is he has an opportunity in that situation. But I think what's really important is, you know, they don't go for this, but they keep 2 guns up. They still have a massive lead. They're still feeling pretty good.
Of course.
So, very tight finish here for Liquid, but a great round from Yakinder. And they make the most of a very scary situation.
Also, I mean, I think with the amount of time Brokey held his angle and waited for something on site, it's not even like he turned around and started checking this flank too soon. I sympathize with his internal clock. And I sympathize with Liquid's attempt to bring this game back, because outclassed is the word I would use for the majority of this. Clearly not done yet. Yakinder has been having a better T side than the first half, putting some distance between him and Naf, who has still only gotten kills in the pistol rounds. 22 rounds into the game. I don't use this word lightly, but that's like, I almost want to say non-existent impact.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering they didn't win the pistol rounds, but...
Wow.
Okay, that's spotted, bro. He's stressed, but he's got it locked down.
Let's go from the corner. Sweeps them away. Rain, just the stone golem, The gargoyle of the bathrooms sat there and just hoping, God, please don't see me.
Hey, they're coming.
He tells Brokey, get ready, get ready. And if Brokey's ready for it,
that's an atypical spot for him to be in at that point of the round, waiting there at the bottom of Con as they flash by, and Rain is supposed to stop them at the top of stairs, but not even able to trade him out. Liquid, there's 5 still up here for FaZe. They've got full control of the situation. And yeah, this is this is going to be up there. Naf is a player that, he's breaching top 20 most of his career. So this is going to be one of his worst maps in his career for sure. And especially since impact-wise, the 3 kills, we remember the 2K on the first round, and they didn't win the pistol, right? They didn't win that pistol.
They won the pistol.
Oh, they
did. Lost the force.
Okay. So there's at least some. I'm just talking in terms of just cosmetic rating here, like for what it's worth. But yeah, we'll have to see.
I said,
and there's more rounds to play, so there's that as well. We're not here cheering against Canadians, right? I just want to make that clear.
We just wouldn't. If you had told me years ago as well that I would be watching the 2 best players to ever come out of Canada, both on European teams, playing against one another, I didn't have... Nope. Couldn't see it coming.
Yeah. Would have muted whoever said that.
But hey, we need to make Europe better. We will.
We could do that too.
We did it for, American Counter-Strike for years. EU has called on our services. Rops called into action. Finds the headshot. Rainwaker now starting to get into the negatives.
Yeah, I think there were some spots, of course, that were switched over because Rainwaker had an overlap with Nafly, of course, naturally as lurkers.
Yes.
Not everything, I think, has been changed. Not everything is set in stone either, so we'll see. Yakinder mentioned that some spots were not totally accurate as to what were changed.
I think in terms of 1-for-1, the only map that was identical to Nitro was Anubis. They broke it down in the article that I mentioned earlier.
Oh.
So he definitely had some adaptations to do. Brokey, gonna make sure to lock down the top of stairs. Ooh, Patsy tries, but you can't get away from Rops. The crocodile in the moat snaps down on Patsy, and unfortunately for Naf, more kills in this round needed than the rest of the entire map, and he will get nothing done. This is FaZe simply outclassing Team Liquid on a map. You could expect this. It's not impossible that Team Liquid bring back this series, but it is a damn good form from FaZe to start this series, and a very welcome sight to have Kerrigan